Do not attempt to adjust the color on your screen. My face and head are red as a tomato. God bless you, family. I'm a changed man for life. Thank you for stopping in and checking out this video. Thank you for stopping in and checking out this channel. If you are not yet subscribed, please take this opportunity to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to get the notifications, like the video, share the channel. Let's spread this hope. Man, this stuff is hurting, man. But look, I'm all good though, praise God. From the thumbnail, you're probably tripping. What you mean you went back to prison intentionally and enjoyed it? Truth is, I did. That's why I look like this. So yesterday, I had the opportunity to participate in an event at Lancaster State Prison. It was held on A Yard, and I was able to go in with a group of other nonprofit agencies, resource providers, vendors, to talk to the men there about resources that are available in the community. And it was an amazing experience. We actually went and set up on the yard. This was my second time actually going back into prison to talk about resources with the men there at Lancaster. The last time I went was around 2019 or 2020, and we actually did it in the visiting room. It was indoors. So I assumed that that's what it was going to be again this time, but nope, we actually went on the yard, which was a trip for me. It was really cool, but it was also very emotional to actually be on the yard. CO was walking around everywhere, the buildings right there, the yard. We set up our tables and our little displays all around the perimeter of the yard, and they let out one building at a time to come and talk to us about resources and stuff like that. So it was just a trip for me. It was really a blessing because that's my passion, is to give hope to those who are still in that situation. I'm getting kind of choked up right now just talking about it because it's like I never thought that would ever happen. When I was actually doing my life sentence, I never thought I'd get out. And now that I've been out almost 9 years, I really didn't think I'd ever walk a prison yard again. You know what I mean? My hope and my dream is to be able to go into prisons and do motivational speaking, but I didn't think I'd actually be on the yard. So that was really cool. The men were so appreciative of not just me and my story or the company I work for being there, but everybody that was there. They were very appreciative that people would take the time out of their day to come onto a level 4 prison yard and sit there in the sun, get burnt up, be sweating, be thirsty, hungry, and just talk to them about hope. Talk to them about what's available out here, letting them know that they're not forgotten. I was able to share my testimony with quite a few of the men that were also lifers. I had them look me right in the face, and I told them, "You will come home someday, as long as you do the right thing, stay focused." I cannot tell you how many of them were just so grateful and expressed their gratitude, shook my hand, gave me a hug, and just told me how valuable it was to hear from me, from an ex-lifer, from someone that had been where they're at, someone that had walked the walk that they're experiencing right now, preparing for the board. I told a lot of them that I would write them support letters for their parole hearings, and I'm going to do that. We had about 4 pieces of paper filled front and back with names and CDC numbers of guys that are looking for some support letters for board, and I'm going to keep my word to that. Just the whole experience, though, I can't even begin to explain to you all what that was like. My heart was so filled with joy, which probably sounds crazy to some people that I was joyful to go into prison, but I was. After having done 24 years myself, stressing about never getting out, getting that blessing from God, to get that call one day to say, yes, you're going home, to walk out that gate to my mom and my family waiting there for me, and to now be out here back in society with an opportunity to give back, not just for a living, not just for a paycheck, but because it's what I love to do, because that's what God brought me home to do. And it was just such a blessing to talk to guys of different races. Some of them had been down 30, 40 years. Some of them were, had been down for a minute, but not super long yet. And they knew they still had a ways to go, but they were encouraged by what I had to share with them. They were encouraged by the word I had to share with them. A lot of the prison staff was encouraged by the word I was sharing. A lot of the other resource providers were encouraged by the word I was sharing with the men. That word of hope, that word that God can turn things around for you if you give him the chance. That word that I was there. I know what it's like. I walked a yard just like this before. I may have never done time right there at Lancaster. And forgive me, my voice is kind of starting to give out again because I talked for so many hours straight yesterday. Just one after another, after another, after another of the men as they came by and asked what our agency does, what resources we have, and me just catching them off guard by the first thing out of my mouth being like, look, I was on the next life where I did 24 years. And right away, their whole facial expression changed, their whole demeanor changed. It was just so much hope for them. And I thank God that I was able to provide that for them. I thank God for that opportunity. I'm thankful to California State Prison, Los Angeles County at Lancaster for hosting the event. I'm so grateful that my agency and myself and my team were invited. It's such an awesome thing. And I really don't even know how to explain it all to you. I'm still kind of going through the emotions, the sights, the smells. They had an alarm on the yard. And all morning, as I got ready to go, I kept telling myself, if there's an alarm, you're not an inmate anymore. You're not a prisoner anymore. You don't have to get down. The whole time we were there, I kept telling myself, if something happens, remember, you're not a prisoner anymore. And sure enough, an alarm went off. And my first instinct, no matter what I told myself, my instinct was to prone out. I didn't, thankfully. I didn't want to look silly, but that, I guess that's something that just never goes away. That's something that'll probably be with me forever, at least for a very long time, if not forever. But it was just an awesome experience, man. I'm glad I was able to do it. I hope I get to do it again soon. There's nothing better than going back in and giving hope to people that feel hopeless, giving hope to people that think they're forgotten and that nobody cares for them. And it was my pleasure to go back inside and let them know that that's not the case. There are people out here that care about them. They're not forgotten. There is hope. It was awesome. I hope I get to do it again soon. Thanks again, you all, for checking out the channel. Please don't be tripping on my sunburned head. God bless you guys. I'm a changed man for life.